So, good afternoon and welcome to another segment of fan comments on Canon Fodder TV, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. So, we've got a familiar face who's been away for a while, and I guess maybe some part it was down to miscommunication. But yeah, Richard is back. Richard, how are you, man?
Yeah, man, I'm good. I'm good. Apart from the defeat that we had to Everton, yeah, everything seems to be good. I'm all right.
Well, like I said before we came on air, we had to support the club, in the good times and the bad times. And unfortunately, yesterday was a bad time. But you know what? First things first. I like to go through all the fan comments that you guys religiously like to put on Canon Fodder TV. So I think some of these comments are going back to I think the last 7 to 8 days. Let's just bear me a second. So actually, let me just start off. I've got one here from yourself, Richard, where you say, "You're right, brother." And I think you're referring to my post-match against Newcastle, and you said it should have been 4-0. This is the best league in the world, and we have numpties and the worst officials in the world. Good review, brother, as always. Come on, you Gunners. Now, I guess you're referring to the officiating, where we had 2 goals chalked off wrongfully, in my opinion. Yeah, tell me, Richard, about that Newcastle game.
Do you know what? I just think that the officials in the Premier League, the standards is not good enough. It's absolutely not good enough. You look at some of the things that have gone against that went to Liverpool during the matches that they've had during this season. Mo Salah with a dive. You had the other night with when Liverpool Mo Salah again was offside, but it was given. This is what I don't get. This is supposed to be the best league in Britain and in the world, but then we've got stupid referees that can't official a game properly.
And then I just
think that the FA standards are not good enough.
But we can go on about it. But how do you remedy the errors, the blatant errors that they're making? I mean, if you look at the Chelsea and Cardiff game there, where clearly you could see 2 Chelsea players were clearly there was daylight and then some between the players, and it didn't get given offside. So as much as we can go on and debate about the refereeing, and I don't like to go on about the refereeing in the Premiership, but it seems like towards the end of the season there are more and glaring mistakes that they keep making. But the question to you is, Richard, how do we fix that problem? How do we fix that problem?
Simple. VAR. Simple. But the only thing is, you got to think of the downside of that. It's down to the referee if they want to use it or not. But I think VAR will come in handy because VAR is being used in other sports. I've seen the video assistant ref being used in snooker. So, that's probably one of the toughest sports as well to officiate. But it's been used, so I don't see why football can't have it. Why can't the Premier League have it?
There's rugby as well. Rugby has
exactly
their variation of VAR. So
if they're getting it, so why can't we have it?
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be coming at the beginning of next season. So let's see. The one thing I don't like about it, unfortunately, is that it still has the human element in it, because it's going to be down relatively to the referee's judgment. But yeah, we'll wait and see what happens next season. Let's see what happens next season. And then I've got another comment here from Apollo from 101 on Arsenal. Apollo, if you're watching, thanks again for putting your comments almost every time on this channel. You say Emery is slowly getting his stamp on the team. I think Taylor helped with. He's talking about the referee again. I think Taylor helped with that a bit. 2 laughable disallowed goals. Now, like I say, 1 day is a long time in footballing terms, Richard. So you've got Apollo saying that Emery slowly getting his stamp excuse me, on the team. But yesterday was, I won't say a fiasco, but the team just didn't turn up. It didn't turn up. So what's your assessment about the match yesterday against Everton away? We're still
it was
our
embarrassing.
away record. Yeah.
It was absolutely embarrassing. You've got Mesut Ozil as the captain, and when you see him in a tunnel, he's no way of getting these players motivated. That is your aim as a captain, to get these players motivated, get them focused. You know what's at hand. Third place is at hand. We could be going, if we won that game with the 3 points, would be 5 points clear of Man United, 3 points clear of Chelsea, and plus 2 points clear of Spurs. It doesn't get it depends on what the players want. Do they want Champions League or do they want Europa League? So I think we're in a better position this season to what we were last season, but our away record needs to improve more.
Yeah.
Because the way I'm looking at it is that we should play our away games at home.
that's a good way of thinking of it.
That's the way I'm seeing it. But I didn't get the one thing I will criticise Emery for. I didn't get his team selection. Why was El Neni ahead of Ramsey? Why? Because the past couple of games that Ramsey's made, he's made an impact, and he always does. It's a shame that he's going. It is a massive shame that he is going, because he gives that sort of same balance to what Torreira does with Xhaka, but it's not as good as what Torreira and Xhaka is in that midfield. And it did prove against Everton that we missed a Granit Xhaka as well. There's no ifs or buts. We did miss him because he's the one that used to drive from the midfield to pass it on to the attackers to create the chances. But we just didn't. And Ozil, I think he was quiet. We didn't create nothing with him on the field.
Can you remind the viewers, what was your original lineup for the Everton game?
Well, I didn't play Socrates in my starting 11 because I felt it was a risk, because I already knew that he was one yellow card away from a suspension. So I felt that it was a risk for Emery to play him, because I think Socrates would have been crucial against Wolves as well as against Leicester and Crystal Palace, because I think they're going to be 3 tough games as well, especially against Wolves. But my lineup, I went with Lino in goal. I can't remember if I went with... No, I went with a back 4. I went with Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Mustafi, Koscielny, and Monreal, I think it was. No, I think I might have had Kolesnik in there. Then as the 3 midfielders, I had Ramsey and Xhaka, or even Ramsey or Guendouzi. And then as the 3, I had Mkhitaryan, Ozil, Denis Suarez, and Lacazette.
Oh wow, Denis Suarez.
The only reason why I just think that at this point we need to start using him, because since he's been here, he hasn't had a start at all. And then Emery was saying in his press conference that he's ready to start again. So why are you not starting him?
Yeah, it's a weird one. It's a weird, but the only thing I can probably say is maybe he was saving the players for the match on Thursday. And I think somewhere along the line, he's probably thinking that his main, his main target is probably the Europa League rather than trying to reach top 4 in the Premiership.
But Al, do you know what you think about this? It's game management.
Yeah. Oh, have I lost? I've lost Richard. Hello, Richard.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry,
that's all right. There for a second. No, I mean, you look at Ramsey and you kind of think, well, he's been playing well when I've played him. Do I keep him there or not? Well, it's common sense. You do the job at hand. Take one game at a time, as Emery has been saying. But you have to do the job at hand. It's game management. And I think that Emery also got his tactics wrong as well. Because we kept getting caught out with the long balls over the top. especially
Incredible.
with Monreal as well. He got caught
Yeah,
out a
with
few times as
Richarlison.
well.
Yeah, it was not weird, but it was one ball shot over the top. Just
Yeah.
kept, put us out of position. And even when we had like free kicks or they got the ball out of the area, we didn't have anyone in the midfield trying
No.
to, challenge the players coming out. It was just like a gaping hole there. So, you know what? I know you did mention about Mesut Ozil because he was the captain, but the whole team has to take responsibility for that performance there
Yeah.
because as I did in my post match video there, where was the motivation? Where was the motivation? Where was the movement up front? There was nothing there.
Do you know what,
Nothing.
Al? I felt that Lacazette was isolated a lot during that
Yeah.
game, apart from probably when Aubameyang came on, and obviously Iwobi. I think Iwobi put in a decent shift in when he came on because he did try and create a few chances to drive us forward to that final third. But
Well, even Iwobi as well. When Iwobi came on, he gave us that
he
that
just gave us
threat.
that bit of energy, yeah, that
Yeah.
threat towards Everton. But I think, do you know what? If it wasn't for Bernd Leno in goal, I honestly think that Everton would have scored 4 or 5 goals.
But also, I think they were quite wasteful as well. I know Richarlison had, a hatful of opportunities there, and he just couldn't find a target. So it
Yeah,
was Bernd Leno and their lack of finishing. We could have been, like you say, 3-4-0, defeat there. But the selection to have El Neni there for me was a weird one. A weird one.
yeah, it was to me as well. But when I looked at the lineup and I saw Socrates in there, I'm thinking, oh my god, you're taking a massive risk because
Yeah, but
like
I think you
he
say
must have knew that Socrates was already on the yellow card, like one from being suspended.
Yeah, but you say that, Richard. But then, what would have been the next Premier League game there? He would have been at risk of getting a yellow card there as well. So,
Yeah,
yeah, I think he was probably stuck between a rock and a hard place. But for me, selecting El Neni for me is just so weird and strange there. And
yeah,
yeah, Iwobi should have started. Ramsey should have started. And at
yeah.
some stage, I think I would like to have seen Dennis Suarez, but it's the reason why I'm not, the manager of Arsenal. But
Yeah, I can understand why he didn't play Aubameyang because we would probably have needed some sort of threat coming off the bench. I can understand that, but I honestly feel for me, I would have preferred Aubameyang and Lacazette together because if you've noticed when we've played Lacazette and Aubameyang and Özil, we haven't lost a game with those 3 players starting.
but also as well, any fan finds it very hard to take a defeat, but we're still in fourth place. We're still in fourth place.
Yeah, we're
I know
still in.
Chelsea are playing tonight, so we just got to hope and just hope for the best. It's an opportunity lost, really, wasn't it?
It's still an
Ah, dear.
opportunity lost, but then I know some fans are probably raging about it, but I'm not overly raging about it because I know there is still a few games to go, and I'm not
7 to go.
confident.
Yeah,
I'm not confident in going into the away games at all,
yeah. But
whatsoever,
what?
because our away record is terrible. I don't mind the home games. Home games are fine. It's
Yeah,
just the
yeah.
away games that need to improve.
All right, so let's quickly just get back into some more of the fan comments here. So I've got one here from TC from I'm Going to Talk. Evening TC, if you're watching the live stream now, it says definitely 4-0. I don't care what anyone else says. Good review, Alex. And again, he's talking about
Newcastle.
the 2 goals that were chalked off. And I've got Aranav Ghosh who says, and you know who I see at the game between Barca and okay, no, that's something else. Sorry. He's saying there. Right. So he was talking about Alex Iwobi,
Hmm.
and he reckons that Alex Iwobi is going to be sold by Arsenal to Barcelona. And I did ask him. I said, Aranav, where did you get your source from? Because unless it's real concrete, real information that I can trust, I don't like to put it out there, but he's claiming that Barcelona are touting Alex Iwobi. Personally, I don't believe that for 1 second.
No, I saw that as well actually. Where did I see
Mm.
it? I think I saw it on Facebook. I think it was is it called 90.com or something? They shared it. And I was
Okay.
reading into it and I was thinking, I don't think that's going to happen. I just couldn't see it because Alex Iwobi is probably been one of our most improved players this season under Unai Emery with the new manager. And I
Mm.
honestly think the way he's playing at the moment, I would give him another year. And then if Alex Iwobi still doesn't improve, then I would sell him if he doesn't improve after that year, another year under Unai Emery.
Mm. Richard, can I ask you a question? Who was
Yeah,
your
go on.
man of the match yesterday?
I didn't. I didn't have one.
You didn't have
If
one,
I had to,
right?
if I had
Okay.
to choose, I would. If I had to choose, I'd probably go with Bernd Leno.
I don't know. Okay. Yeah.
I think, I
Uh,
think that Bernd Leno was the only person that could have came out there and said, "I put a shift in." I was motivated because he made some clinical saves to keep us in the game,
yeah. Yeah.
which was
And
also
still,
down to the defensive errors. But yeah, if I had to choose for a man of the match, I would have gone with Bernd Leno.
yeah. Okay, so again, just some more. There's quite a few fan comments here, but I'm just gonna choose, one or two. I can't read all of them, and I've got one here from. Let me just see. Uh, yeah, again from Aaron of Ghosh, and he said, "I thought that Iwobi was introduced a bit late. Never seen Emery so hesitant. He always takes his decisions fast and boldly. The goal we let in, there were three different opportunities to clear the ball. First, they beat us in the header in the ball. Then Kolasinac couldn't clear the ball, and that fell to his feet. And then they scored the goal. Do you blame Kolasinac for that? Because from what I saw there, the ball came to him too quickly. It was just like it was headed down, just by chance, it hit his foot, and then Jagielka, slotted the ball in. So do you
Yeah,
blame Kolasinac? And, from what I'm reading here, I think Aronaf is well. I know he's blaming the defense as a whole, but he seems to be
mm,
signaling out Kolasinac for not being able to clear the ball quickly enough. I thought he was a little bit unlucky, to be honest.
yeah. So did I. I actually thought he was a bit unlucky. I think he saw the ball a little bit late
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
timing for the ball to come in. And I think that's what kind of made the error. I actually think that he actually thought the defenders might have had it covered, but yeah, I just think it was just a bit unlucky for him, really.
Mm,
But the
okay,
defenders should have defended better.
yeah. Right. So yeah, I'm not going to read any more of the fan comments. So Thursday, Richard, we're playing against
Hmm.
Napoli, the first leg at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on that?
I'm confident in going into this game. Not based on Everton's game. I'm basing it on our home record this season. And obviously the way Napoli have been playing in recent weeks. Napoli's results haven't been that great. They lost against Liverpool in the Champions League, lost to Red Bull as well. And I don't know what the score was the other night that they played. Last time I knew it was 1-1.
Yeah,
So
I think it finished 1-1 with the player that James highlighted when I did a video in Amsterdam.
Mertens.
Mertens scored. So
I think that Mertens is going to be a massive threat for us.
yeah,
And I think Koulibaly will be one of them in that central defence. He's going to be a
yeah.
kind of a brick wall, I would say, in that defence. But it depends on the way we line up against them. Is he going to play more of a defensive sort of formation, or is he going to go full out attack? I'd possibly go with a full attack and actually go full out, all guns blazing, definitely. Because
Mm,
I would play Aubameyang and Lacazette up front together. Um, because because of our away record is terrible, we need to get a good, comfortable start at home. And then all we've got to do is when we go to Naples, we've just got to get a goal to get that away goal to finish it off.
So are you
So it's
confident? Are
there.
you confident? Are you confident that we can get
I
the job
am.
done
I
against
am because of our home record, and I'm also confident because I imagine Lucas Torreira will definitely be playing in this game because he hasn't played in the Premier League because he's suspended. So in terms of that, yeah, I'm confident in going into this game.
Okay. So, but by that conclusion, I think you're saying that we've missed Torreira and we've missed Xhaka. We've missed both of them. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I would. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say we have. It proved it against Everton. We did miss them in that midfield. We had no balance in that midfield at all.
Yeah.
Because how many games this season has El Neni played? Not many. And I think
Yeah.
this is his first Premier League start this season.
I think so. I know he
Yeah,
played.
so
Actually, no, he played. He started
he
against
played against
Cardiff.
He played against
Yeah.
Cardiff as well. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
and to be honest, El Neni wasn't even that great in that Cardiff game.
Well, I was there. I was there. I went to the match, and even then, I thought, oh, what does El Neni really bring to the team? And I'm still scratching my head on that one. But
He slows our pace down. He slows the pace down a lot. Because I noticed in the Everton game when he received the ball, he was either passing it sideways or passing it back.
But Richard, I think a lot of the midfield players were doing the same thing. I mean, look at Guendouzi. Guendouzi was doing the same thing as well. But
but you got to think Everton were high pressing us a lot. So it was very difficult for us to get the ball forward quick enough as well because of Everton's high pressing.
We should have played to our strengths.
Yeah,
our strength
we
is
should
not
have
in the
done.
defense. Our strength is in the midfield and the attack. However, when you make certain selections, the end result is what we got on Sunday. But I think that the team, no motivation, there's no movement,
No,
and I think
there was
I
nothing.
think Emery, and I think Emery as well has to take a certain amount of responsibility. But you know what? Thursday against Napoli, I can see us winning. We have to win because our away record is absolutely atrocious, atrocious. So we have to get the job done.
Against Napoli, I'd be happy with a 3-1. I would be happy with that. But then it's just going over to Italy and going to their ground, and then things may turn. Because you look at previous away games that we've had in Europa League. We went to Bate Borisov, lost there. Went to Rennes, lost there. So I think us playing at home for the first game is a bit of an advantage.
Okay. Well, listen, anyone who's watching fan comments now, make sure you subscribe to Richard's channel. I think I might have left the link. If I have not, I will do it at the end of this segment. And I had such high hopes for the match on Sunday, and like I said, we can't expect our team to win every match, but when they do lose, we still have to get behind them.
Of course, we've got to. But people, this is what we've got to realise is that this team, it's not fully Emery's yet.
Yeah.
Because the majority of the players are from Arsene Wenger, so he hasn't really made a full stamp on it yet. But in the summer, he needs to clear out what he doesn't want and then bring in the players that he wants.
Yeah. Anyway, listen, on that note, I'm going to wrap up this segment of fan comments. Richard, I want to say a big thank you for coming back on Cannon Fodder TV. Like I said, everyone who's watching this live now or at a later date, make sure you subscribe to Richard's channel. I'll leave the link in the comments box below. But this has been Cannon Fodder TV featuring Richard. And both of us, we are out.